What's up guys, Venom RB here. Today I'm going to be saying why you should not buy the new Koenigsegg Gemera. So for the first reason, this car is glitchy. Now some of you might not know this, but it actually has rear steering. And that seems pretty cool at first, until you realize that now it has four wheels that can bug out really badly. It just is super glitchy and it hops around in this stuff, and it's all the rear wheel steering. Like, see, I just hopped off into the water. And it's because of this stupid rear wheel steering. It just bugs out. And then another issue is it also, the parking brake doesn't work. You can put this thing into park and you can just push the car. Your avatar can literally push the car because it's so weak. And then if you leave this car parked on any hill, both of the rear and front tires will steer sideways and the car will just roll down the hill sideways. So, like, no matter what, your car is rolling away. It's pretty stupid. So this car is very glitchy. Next up, bad handling. Now you guys are probably like, Venom, what do you mean? It turns quite well at this. But when you start to speed up, it turns terribly. And it goes from good handling to just, it can't turn at all. What I've noticed about around 60 to 75 miles per hour, the handling just takes a big drop to the point where it can barely even turn, and it causes you to crash, and then when you slow down it suddenly turns really fast again, and it's just super weird. The steering and the handling is really weird. It throws a lot of people off. Like, I've had probably at this point 30 people drive this car since when I got it. I let everyone in the server drive it, and then into multiple servers, and the number one thing everyone always commented on was the handling, and it's completely just weird. It's so off how it, like, 1 second it's handling fine, the next second it's bad, and then you stop and it's back to good again. It's beyond strange how it handles, just so weird. I don't even know if I can really describe it, but if any of you have tried this, you know what I mean. And to people who haven't, just take my word on it, it's really weird and bad. Next up, this car is overpriced. Now, when you first look at it, it really doesn't seem so bad. I mean, it goes 250 miles per hour and it's only $3.8 million. But then you realize the Tuatara is the exact same price as this and has the same stats, but goes 50 miles an hour quicker. And this car is impossible to control. Like, I literally keep going to the freaking water. But when you look at, like, or even a Regera, which is the same price, goes 5 miles per hour faster. It's like, this car doesn't seem so worth it. I mean, this car has 4 seats, but that's really not even needed. If you need, like, a fast car with 4 seats, just get a Tesla Roadster, as much as I hate to say you should. Next reason is low top speed. Now, I sort of went into this in the overpriced one, but I'll just go into this again. So, a Tuatara for the same price goes 300 miles per hour, tying it with the Jesko for the fastest car in the game. This car goes 250 miles per hour. That's quite a bit slower, especially when you consider these things have the same stats. Same cash per mile, same amount of XP. Now, if you really need to have a Koenigsegg, you could get a Regera for the same price as this, and it goes 5 miles an hour faster. Or you could get the 1-1 that goes 1-to-1, sorry. And it's $100,000 more, but goes like 25 miles an hour faster. So there's just no point in this car unless you have to have those extra 2 seats in the back. And then it's obviously so hard to control. But yeah, this car, there's no point in it for top speed or grinding because it's so easily replaced by other cars in its price range. And lastly, if you're into drifting, this car is not for you. It can't do any sort of, like, e-brake drifting. It just spins out completely, and if you turn traction control off the rear wheel steering, just spins it out instantly as well. It's a terrible drift car. Like, I would not recommend it for any people who like drifting of any sort. It's just really hard to make it go into it, and it's just not fun for drifting at all. Now, there are pros, though only a few. It holds 4 people, and it looks cool, I guess. Those are literally the only 2 I can think of. You should never get this car. It's basically probably the worst purchase you can get for around that price range. The only reason I would ever recommend this car is if you, you know what, no, there's absolutely no reason you should ever get this car unless you have every other car in the game. Get this once you have every single other car in the game, because this is the junkiest piece of trash that's ever been added. And it's quite unfortunate, because this could have been a really cool car, but it's just so screwed up. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you didn't already buy a Gemera. If you did, well, that sucks for you. Better luck next time. Hopefully no one buys this car, because no one should, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out.